Microsoft is set to host an Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase on June 12, 2022. This digital conference will be one of the highlights of the E3 2022 period, in spite of the ESA cancelling the main event. That means that all eyes will be on Microsoft, with many players looking to this showcase to see how the slate of Xbox Game Studios exclusives are shaping up and for any new information on the announced acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Microsoft finds itself in a bit of a strange position heading into the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase. Frankly, there is an absurd number of Xbox Series X exclusives in active development, but we've seen very little of any of them. It's been years since we last heard anything concrete on games like Everwild, Fable 4, Forza Motorsport, Perfect Dark, State of Decay 3, while the likes of Avowed, Project Mara, Indiana Jones, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and others remain just as elusive. Of course, it might be best to temper your expectations now, with ongoing stock shortages making it difficult for would-be Xbox owners to get their hands on a Series X, the scaling back of E3 in 2022, and the COVID-19 pandemic wreaking havoc on release schedules. There's a good chance that Microsoft may keep its cards close to its chest this year. With all that in mind, here are 6 things we expect to see at the Xbox Bethesda Games Showcase. Bethesda recently announced that Starfield was being delayed until the first half of 2023. The new science fiction RPG from the studio responsible for Fallout and the Elder Scrolls was originally scheduled to release on November 11th, a showpiece for the Xbox Series X in 2022. While its delay is certainly a blow to Microsoft's full lineup, I think there's still a fairly good chance that we'll see it in action. It takes time and resources to create a demo for an in-development video game that is fit for public consumption. And so while the difficult decision was made to push the Starfield release date back, giving Bethesda time to properly complete and polish its first new IP in 25 years, it isn't out of the realms of possibility for a demo to have been completed. If that's the case, we should still be set for a lengthy showcase that will give us a sense of how Starfield plays and the scale of Bethesda's ambition. There are rumours doing the rounds that suggest that the Gears of War series is set to receive a Halo the Master Chief Collection style package in 2022. Now, should this Gears of War Remastered Collection be announced at the Summer Game Fest on June 9th, as has been suggested by industry insiders, it's likely that Delta Squad's glow up will be properly showcased during the Xbox and Bethesda conference. Given the growth of Game Pass, getting the full Gears series to a consistent fidelity and performance benchmark would be really good for the series' future, particularly as a sequel to 2019's Gears 5 can't be all that far off. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft at least teased the future of the franchise here. The coalition has been collaborating closely with Epic Games on Unreal Engine 5, with the studio having a hand in the impressive Matrix Awakens demo, so it seems only inevitable that Gears 6 will be on the near horizon, acting as a showcase for UE5 on Xbox Series X. The release of Halo Infinite hasn't exactly gone to plan. 343 Industries released what is undoubtedly the best Halo game in a decade, but the live service package surrounding it has proven to be a bit divisive. Promised campaign and multiplayer features remain MIA, Battle Pass seasons are being dragged out over 6-month stretches of time, and there are serious concerns surrounding the pipeline of new maps, modes, and weapons. That said, it is a hell of a good time just to play the damn thing. That's why I'm hoping that Microsoft uses E3 as an opportunity to take stock of where Halo Infinite is and regain some composure. More forthright communication around campaign co-op and multiplayer Forge mode would be welcomed, but I really want to see where Master Chief is heading next on Zeta Halo. The Halo Infinite ending cliffhanger sets up post-game conflicts that will expand and evolve over the next decade, and a hint at the planned surrounding story DLC would likely help calm the storm of discontent that is threatening to envelop 343 right now. Now, this is a total shot in the dark, but I wouldn't be surprised if studios from the Xbox and Bethesda groups have games to reveal that are built around established entertainment franchises. In recent years, we've seen an industry-wide proliferation of the Star Wars brand. Everyone from DICE to Quantic Dream have been hard at work creating Star Wars games, while the Marvel machine finally kicked into gear at 2K, PlayStation, and the formerly Western wing of Square Enix. Now, we do know that Microsoft has at least one deal in place with Disney, with Wolfenstein developer Machine Games creating an Indiana Jones game. Now, there's a good chance we'll get more information on that project, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were further teasers. Given its success, it's surprising there hasn't been more movement around The Mandalorian, while the cosmic side to the Marvel Universe remains largely untouched by developers, despite its growing prominence in the MCU. Licensed games aren't going away, and it would be wild for Microsoft to not invest heavily here. We are now 6 months into the year and there are no first-party exclusives on the books for 2022. Starfield and Redfall being delayed has left quite the space. While it's expected that the end-of-year lineup will include third-party platform exclusives like Ark 2 and Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, there are still some big genre gaps to fill. You know, Sony is in a similar position here, with little more than God of War Ragnarok on the books for the PlayStation Studios group for 2022, but I'm hoping that Microsoft will use this Xbox Bethesda showcase as a big statement of intent. My predictions? Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 from developer Ninja Theory will launch this autumn as a convincing showcase of Unreal Engine 5 on Xbox Series X. Forza Motorsport will arrive too, a platform for future expansion for Turn 10's racing simulation. Less likely but not impossible, Everwild will be re-revealed and head into open beta after years of development at Rare alongside Sea of Thieves, and Bethesda will announce that Redfall will receive some type of 2022 playtest as well. Video game publishers have a tendency to obfuscate, and I understand the temptation. Announcing any delays in development will often generate no end of speculation as to what is occurring behind the scenes. But in this instance, I think it would be good for Xbox and Bethesda to give an honest accounting of where the Xbox Game Studios group is at with its various projects, particularly after the delays of Starfield and Redfall. Now, I'm not necessarily expecting to see or hear all that much on everything that's been announced so far, from Avowed through State of Decay 3, but an update on where each team is and the release windows they are shooting for would help to set expectations moving forward. The same goes for the teams that are in early pre-production or otherwise working on unannounced projects. For example, We Happy Few developer Compulsion Games and Wasteland 3's In Exile Entertainment were acquired in 2018, and we're still yet to get a real clear sense of what they're working towards. The same goes for Bethesda's Roundhouse Studios, which was founded in 2019 and is still yet to show its hand. We haven't seen anything out of Doom's id Software or Wolfenstein's Machine Games in years. With over 20 developers falling under the Xbox Game Studios umbrella, it would be good to get a sense of what the future of Xbox may look like, even if concrete details aren't all that forthcoming. For all of the breaking news and biggest announcements out of the Xbox Bethesda Games Showcase, stay tuned to GamesRadar.